Welcome back to Season 1 of this ACC AOR League on PS4 in Tier 3. We're back for Race 2 for Zolder in the rain. Just some footage of the Barcelona race in the background to start with, but we're just going to go straight into my fastest quali lap and ride on board for the whole lap. So there we go then, 1 minute 35.364 and very temporarily provisional pole position, unfortunately beaten straight away, and in the end I finished third in qualifying, half a second off first, but a very strong position to start this race from. Not the greatest of getaways at the start of the race, and dropping 2 positions through turn 1 straight away, but settle into 5th going through the first couple of corners, and to be honest, just not going to complain. No damage, no incident, and see if I can show my pace from here and keep with the front runners. So Marty got the run on me there, and with a lot better straight line speed got the run into the chicane even, and again another position drop, so disappointing, but I mean on lap 1 most important thing is just to still be there or thereabouts, so we go from here and yeah, it's not looking too bad. So a couple of laps in now, and settled into the rhythm, sticking with Marty quite well in front, and just creating a bit of a gap to Matteo behind and the other Ferrari. So this little group of 4th, 5th, 6th behind the top 3, and then it all goes wrong. Just too tight into turn 1, and never once did that in practice, but it got too much to the curb and the car's just flown off. Horrible, horrible trying to rejoin, absolutely no way when the pack's still bunched up to rejoin safely, so dropping all the way to last position and a good 20 seconds or so lost there. And now 17th out of 18 with a gap of about 5 seconds to the pack. Pace was good though, and this is I think only a lap and a bit later, and already I'm onto the back of the first cars. Bit of a battle going on in front, and as we come through this right-hander, we've got someone running off wide there, and we managed to get up the inside. Easy move, and the beginning of the comeback starts here. So into the 136s already, and strong pace over the cars in front, all in the 137s or even 138s. So I know I could make progress here, and we've got another spinner, Jabba the Hutt, off at turn 2, so already making up positions and starting to work my way back through. So it's all getting a bit claustrophobic for the 3 in front, all very close through this slow section, and in the end Bunce gets forced offline a little bit here, and really poor exit. Again a sort of mirror copy of the move I made earlier, up the inside and into the hairpin here. And comfortably through into 13th position. So having put the pressure on Cortez in front for a bit, coming through the last corner he runs a little bit wide and squirmy on the exit, and just about managing to dodge him and carry the speed onto the start finish straight, and that's up to P12. And it's only 15 minutes gone in this race, but feels like a lot has happened. So this is a couple of laps later again, and having closed down the gap of 2 to 3 seconds relatively quickly to these guys in front. You just see there on the exit Red Bull Energy, I believe, slightly onto the grass on the outside, goes defensive into the chicane. No idea how, but a lot later on the brakes I've managed to go round the outside into the chicane there, and I wasn't even expecting to make a move, but it's another position, and we push forwards again in this race into 11th place and chasing down the Porsche in front of ILRT SV5. And sadly it's another race, well, not race ruining moment, but not a helpful moment. You can see here now from Red Bull Energy's point of view, I've made the decision to go straight for the pits knowing I had damage from that contact, and yeah, a bit of a tight one there, but I think a safe pit entry in the end. So I'll just go back and have a replay of that incident. SV ran wide into the right-hander here, and honestly I was just taking my normal line, trying to make sure I left space on the outside. At the time I wondered whether I'd squeezed him, but you can see there he got some wheel spin and oversteered into me, and just an unfortunate one really. So this is now 2 or 3 laps after my pit stop, and Red Bull Energy, who I dived in front of to make the pit lane, has made his stop and come out just in front of me, so a shame there because I'd just made the move before my pit stop, so I've got to try and do something again. And straight away he's made the same mistake again, running onto that grass on the outside, and this time I go for the inside for the chicane, knowing I can be later on the brakes than him here. And that's once around the outside and once up the inside into that chicane. So it was a bit of clean air and a bit of quiet period of the race for me after we got that move done. And then unfortunately the pace was good and we were catching up to P6, but we've got Leonardo coming out the pit lane here, and we've got another piece of traffic to deal with if we want to chase down and look for a good position. So I really did feel like I had some more pace to show, but unfortunately Zolder in the rain, not an easy track to overtake, and relies on the car in front making a mistake really. But we had this 4-car train, 7th to 10th for a little while, gaps of less than a second between the cars. Not much position changing going on, but I make a small mistake here, and actually it doesn't cost me, but it compromises Sir Psycho, and Cortez behind manages to get the move done and up into 9th behind us. And we've just opened up the gap in front of us slightly, sadly, but again I think I show my pace here, and it's not much later, maybe a lap later, and I'm right on the back of Leonardo again. So continuing to put the pressure on here, and got a 2-second gap behind at the moment, which is just meaning we don't have to worry about looking in the mirrors and concentrate on the car in front. And eventually coming into this second chicane, Leonardo makes an error too late on the brakes, tries to make the corner, and the back end just steps out on him, so we're released back into clean air and able to continue trying to close down to Claudio in 6th. So eventually took a few laps, but with 4 minutes to go we've got the gap in front down to under a second, and now it's a case of just trying to put the pressure on and force that mistake. He knows I'm quicker, having caught him up in the last few laps, so hopefully we'll be able to make something work here. So having just done a personal best lap for the race, just not quite keeping the pressure on as much as I wanted, and really pushing now to try and stay right on his bumper. I've got Cortez close behind me again, and sadly pushing a bit too hard here. I just make a couple of little mistakes, and you see that one into the chicane, and then follow it up straight away with being a bit too eager on the throttle through the right hander, run out wide, and gives Cortez the run. I make the mistake of defending, go straight across the puddle there, and deep into the hairpin, and that loses us P7. So having gone from chasing down P6, we're now down to 8. And just to frustrate me even more, coming round the final corner here, Claudio actually has a disconnect and disappears straight into the barrier, so didn't need to be pushing that hard, and it's ultimately cost me what would have been 6th position. So with 2 laps to go here, just working hard to see if we can fight back and get back past Cortez. So you can see here I'm not leaving anything on the table. I'm giving it everything, and this was ambitious late on the brakes, but fortunately nothing came of that. No contact, no spins, and despite dropping back again from that, I still push forward just to see if there's any chance in the final few corners of this race. So there we are, across the line, P7, which I can't complain about after an early spin, which was completely my own doing, but strong pace from there and not a bad result in the end. Looking at the results, it's a very, very big gap from 3rd to 4th, so congratulations to the top 3, amazing pace. I feel like we could have got 4th if we'd had a clean race today, but on to the next one at Kyalami for some more rain.